Something people in the UK might not know. We've all seen you like sort of judging roast battle on TV in the UK, but something people might not know is that you are kind of feared throughout Northern America as the undisputed champion of roast battles at the at the Montreal Comedy Festival. Every year they do like a sort of tournament, an invitational roast battle, and people quake in their boots. What's your secret to writing the perfect roast? What's the plan of attack?
I mean, so I like that. I mean, there's Roast Battle at UK here, which is a really fun show to do, but it's kind of not about them. It's just that thing of going, it's just about the joke. Writing good jokes is the thing, and then if you think of something funny, you have to say it. You're on your honor to say the funniest thing you can. I don't mind how cruel it might be perceived as. You got to go for it. I did one recently, actually. It was my friend's birthday. David Williams turned 50, and I did, and he asked me to say a few words. Now, what happened was, he'd opened the evening, like he gave a little speech at the beginning, welcoming all his friends and saying, it's great to have you here. And then he said at the end of his speech, he went, I'd just like to take a moment to thank the doctors and nurses that have worked tirelessly the last 18 months on Jimmy Carr's new face. So they opened with that, and then I had to. This is another name-dropping story, but I had to follow Elton John. So Elton John played at the party, and he didn't just play, he played beautifully. He did like Tiny Dancer, Rocket Man, and then your song, three best songs. I mean, incredible. And then someone went, "Ladies and gentlemen, Jimmy Carr." How the fuck do you follow that? So I went in quite reasonably hard. I said David Williams changed his name from Williams to Williams to get off that bloody register. And then I said, he's always impeccably dressed. I'm not surprised he spent that long in the fucking closet. And I said, David Williams looks like he's put his face through a Snapchat filter that makes old Chinese men look like Western homosexuals. Funny, because it's true.
What's the kind of, because the culture of roast jokes is to say the unsayable. What's the most unsayable joke you've ever gotten away with?
I got in trouble with Fox News for doing a joke. I was like the number 3 story on the news. I did one of the Comedy Central roasts. I did the roast of Rob Lowe, and there was a lady on it called, let's call her a lady. Fuck it. There was a lady on it called Ann Coulter, who's a right-wing commentator, big Trump supporter. She's sort of like their Piers Morgan.
Okay.
And Piers Morgan is actually a close personal So I did a joke about Ann Coulter, which was, I think the joke was, Ann Coulter is the most repugnant, hateful, hatchet-faced bitches alive, but it's not too late to change, Anne. You could kill yourself.
Did you do that little dance afterwards?
Yeah. I was looking directly at her. I followed it with Ann Coulter's pussy is so old and dry, it just got a job drawing cartoons for The New Yorker. No, I got in trouble for that, but that definitely wasn't the worst thing I said that night.
That wasn't the worst thing you said?
Well, no, because Pete Davidson was on the show.
Oh, God.
Who's a mate of mine. He's on Saturday Night Live. Wonderful comic, but his father died in 9/11. He's one of the firefighters that went into the building and was trying to save people as they collapsed. And I said, I really dressed it up as well. I went, I'm appalled that people would come here and make jokes about the sacrifice Pete's heroic father made on 9/11. This is not the roast of Pete Davidson's father. That was in 2001.
How did Pete react?
I mean, he's a broken man. No, he was fine. He's absolutely fine. I tried it the night before, actually, in the Comedy Store in LA, which is one of my favorite clubs in the world. And I did it, and like the audience was like, your reaction was like, oh, and there was one guy at the back, like, fucking hell, he's laughing loud. Oh, Pete. Of course.
Listen, we'll do a few questions from the audience. Before we do that, just to kind of summarize the book, for those few people in the room who aren't planning to buy the book, can you give us the bullet points of the self-help, the useful stuff?
Okay, well, this is all I know about life. Lean into your edge. If you're good at something, just do that. You know, school teaches you to be more mediocre at, if you're not good at something, they go, we can really get you to a grade C in physics. But the world doesn't fucking need that. No one needs someone who's shit at physics. So just do what you do, don't compromise on that. The world is full of, know who you are as well. Know what you're like as a person. Know how you're perceived. The world is full of people with curly hair and straighteners. They're fighting a losing fucking battle.
Yeah. So can you... Okay, so those are the kind of the bullet points. What are the kind of life lessons?
I put the secret of happiness in there. I'm happy to share that.
Please. Oh, this is a great question. Jimmy, please share with us the secret of happiness.
I think genuinely, I think happiness is expectations exceeded. And I think I can prove it. I think everyone has quite a shit time on New Year's and a shit time on their birthday because they think it's going to be the best fucking night ever.
Yeah.
And then the best night you've ever had is I don't know, it was a fucking Monday and we saw a thing and then we went for drinks and then we weren't planning to, but we ended up at this place. It's like the expectations exceeded is where happiness lives. So just kind of not getting too overexcited about it and enjoying the process, not the result.
Yeah.
That's it, right? That's life. And I suppose the most fundamental thing is that disposition is more important than position. How you see the world is how you are in the world, much more important than how the world is. If you've met 3 before noon, chances are you're the
Can't disagree with that. Jimmy, let's do some quick audience questions. So this, I don't know who wrote this one. Who would win in a fight, Rachel Riley or Susie Dent? Oh,
I split the... It's difficult. I think let's just all take a moment to picture this. Everyone else has got a paddling pool and they're covered in mud, right? I don't know who would. I presume Susie Dent. She's wiry. Great question.
What was your first memory of comedy, and when did stand-up really take off for you?
I think my first ever gig was the Tut and Shive, an old pub in Islington. Did 5 minutes, literally in a room above a pub to about 15 people, and it was the start of something. I felt it was so important to me. And if anyone in here, and there'll be some people in here that are thinking, I might try stand-up, or I'd love to give that a go sometime, I would caution, try it. Just do 5 minutes, because if it doesn't become your career, at minimum, it'll increase your enjoyment of stand-up tenfold, because you'll get to appreciate it a bit more. It's an amazing hobby to have if you don't do it as a job. And if you do it as a hobby, who knows? There'll be people in here, fucking Ashley's 16, who knows? He's shouting shit out. Maybe not, but you know.
Serious one here. Garden, mushy, or petit pois?
I'm going to go petit pois. I'm going to go petit pois because that guy is such a fucking... he's brilliant. I don't know what's the matter with him. I'd go with a mushy pea. I'm going mushy pea with the fish and chips. Yeah.
Working class roots. There we are. Were you the funny... This is verbatim. Were you the funny fucker at school or a big girly swat?
Actually, great question, because I was both. You're 16, right? Okay, you're 16. When I was 16, I changed schools. And you become acutely aware, and I think this is a great thing in life, you become aware you are a story you tell yourself. I don't believe in an afterlife, but I believe in a next life, because it's happened to me a couple of times. When I was 16, I moved schools, and I went from being quite a tearaway. A lot of friends from that school ended up in prison or in a lot of trouble. A lot of them didn't make it, some of them died. It was a rough school. And then I moved to a better school and reinvented myself and went, I'm going to be an academic and go to Cambridge. And I did it with my job. I had a boring job, and then I reinvented myself as a comic. And I'm still the same guy, but you can be different things you can't beat your environment. And sometimes changing environments changes everything. And by environment, I mean not just the place you are, but the people you're with, who you're surrounded with. And when I found the comedy environment, when I surrounded myself with those people, I liked who I was more, and so I stayed there.
Who's your best mate? Who do you hang out with? Are they famous or just a normie?
Wow, that's a very good question. Normal people, I remember them.
It is. It's funny you talking. You do mention once or twice in the book some of like old friends. I find it's quite hard to visualize you hanging out with a mate you went to school with that isn't Stephen Hawking or Elton John or something.
A lot of my close friends are slightly kind of father figurey when I analyse it. Yeah. I've got a friend who's like a professor of biotech. Take the fucking vaccine, you idiot. I've got a friend who's a biotech guy in property. A lot of kind of older guys. I mean, yeah, I've got lots of close friends. I've got some that are in the business, some that aren't in the business. But yeah, I value friendship above all, I think. It's it's fantastic. Because love is unconditional. You have to love certain people. But friendship is conditional.
Have you got time for one more?
Yeah.
You've got an hour to live. What would you eat? Last song you'd listen to, and who would you sleep with? Brackets, it can't be your wife.
Rachel Riley is what I would eat. Great. There's a song that I posted when, not to be mawkish, but there's a song I posted when Sean died by Warren Zevon called Keep Me in Your Heart for a While. I think I would listen to that. Or there's another very good one by Death Cab for Cutie.
Which one?
Called I Will Follow You Into the Dark.
Yeah.
That's a good... If you've got an hour to listen to that, have a good old cry, and then, bunk the missus. Great. Rachel Riley again. Yes, okay. I told you, people are fucking obsessed. Stuart Goldsmith, everyone. Thank you very much. I hope that was fun. Thanks, man. I really appreciate it.
Hi, I'm Jimmy Carr, the guy you just saw in that video. Thanks for watching it, because somehow I get money from that. I don't know how. I don't know. But probably it filters through some sort of advert that you watched before you watched the video, maybe, or maybe you subscribed. Anyway, thanks for watching it, and somehow that benefits me. And hopefully I'll see you at a live show at some point further down the sunny road. Good luck.